Hello all, welcome to this video lecture on the air standard cycles, the dual cycle, presented by myself, Ranjit PK, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Global Academy of Technology. In this video lecture, we look at the working of the dual cycle and the derivation of the efficiency in terms of compression ratio, cutoff ratio, and the explosion ratio. Also, the expression for mean effective pressure and one sample numerical on the dual cycle. Further, we compare all the air standard cycles and we make this comparison based on few parameters. Previously, there are video lectures of the diesel cycle, the Otto cycle, having similar content. If you haven't seen those videos, please consider having a look at the videos before you make the comparison. The dual cycle was introduced by Gustav Trinkler, so also known as Trinkler cycle or mixed cycle or limited pressure cycle. It is a combination of Otto and a diesel cycle. Here the heat is added partly at constant volume and at constant pressure. So what happens with this is there is more time available for the fuel to undergo combustion, which results in greater amount of heat and work and results in higher value of efficiency when compared to the Otto and diesel cycle. This dual cycle is kind of a little derivative of a diesel cycle. So the diesel cycle can be approximated as a dual cycle to follow the actual cycle very precisely. The dual cycle consists of 5 internally reversible processes, all combinations of isentropic, isochoric and isobaric process. Process 1 to 2, the compression of the air is taken as isentropic compression 1 to 2. Then heat is added at partly at constant pressure 3 to 4 and constant volume 2 to 3. So which is isochoric heat addition process 2 to 3. Isobaric heat addition process 3 to 4. Then the fuel expansion or the charge expansion shown as isentropic expansion 4 to 5, and then 5 to 1 is nothing but isochoric heat rejection. The corresponding PV and TS diagrams are as shown here. The assumptions for the derivation for the efficiency: the gas in the cylinder is a perfect gas, it obeys the gas laws and has constant specific heat. All the processes in the cycle are internally reversible. Cycle is considered closed with same air remaining in the cylinder. The compression and expansion process are considered to be adiabatic and without any internal friction, that is, they are considered as an isentropic processes. Combustion process is replaced by a heat addition from an external source, and the exhaust process is replaced by a heat rejection process that restores the working fluid to its original condition. These assumptions are valid for all air standard cycles, so you see these assumptions even in Otto cycle, diesel cycle as well. When we start deriving the efficiency for expression, we consider the heat supplied. So it is given as Cv into T3 minus T2 plus Cp into T4 minus T3, because heat addition takes place at two processes, process 2 to 3 and process 3 to 4, with heat rejection occurring between 5 to 1, Cv into T5 minus T1. So we write the net work done in terms of heat supplied and rejected, given as Cv into T3 minus T2 plus Cp into T4 minus T3 minus of Cv into T5 minus T1. The efficiency written as work done by heat supplied with its expression substituted. So we simplify this as 1 minus T5 by T1 divided by T3 minus T2 plus gamma into T4 minus T3. How did we get this? If you observe, you have some part of the numerator and denominator common. So when you divide this as individually, you get 1. So 1 minus Cv into Tv minus T5 minus T1 divided by Cv into T3 minus T2 plus Cp into T4 minus T3. So Cv by Cv gets cancelled out. So you have T5 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2 plus you have Cp by Cv, that is nothing but gamma. So this Cp by Cv is written as gamma into T4 minus T3. Let us take this as an intermediate expression for the efficiency. The next step is to express these efficiencies in terms of any one of the temperature. So we make use of the governing equations for the process 1 to 2. T2 by T1 is equal to Rc power gamma minus 1. So we express T2 as T1 Rc power gamma minus 1. Then for the process 2 to 3, we have T3 by T2 as P3 by is equal to P3 by P2, where P3 by P2 is the explosion ratio, which is the ratio of P3 and P2, that is pressure at the end of the heat addition at process 2 to 3 and pressure at the beginning of the heat addition at 2. So T2 is equal to T3 by beta. Similarly for the process 3 to 4, T3 by T4 is equal to V4 by V3 cutoff ratio. Please do not get confused when you see the dual diesel cycle where we have expressed the cutoff ratio as V3 by V2. So here it is V4 by V3. So T4 is equal to rho into T3. For the process T5 4 to 5, T4 by T5 is equal to V5 by V4 power gamma minus 1, which is simplified as Rc by rho power gamma minus 1. How did we write this? V5 by V4 is written as V1 by V4 because from the PV diagram you see V5 is equal to V1. So V1 by V4, and V1 by V4 is multiplied and divided by V2. So you have V1 by V2 into V2 by V4. V1 by V2 into V3 by V4 is what we get because we see V3 is equal to V2. V3 is equal to V2 from the PV diagram. So V1 by V2 is Rc. V4 by V3 is rho, but we have V3 by V4, so it is 1 divided by rho. Hence we write T4 by T5 as Rc by rho power gamma minus 1. So we express T5 as T4 divided by Rc by rho power gamma minus 1. This T4 we write as rho into T3 from the previous slide. So we have rho into T3 into rho by Rc power gamma minus 1. Now further what we can do is substituting T2 in the process 1 to 2, which is we had T2 is equal to T1 into Rc power gamma minus 1. We have T2 expressed as T3 by beta is equal to T1 into Rc power gamma minus 1. Why? Because we had from the process 2 to 3, T2 is equal to T3 by beta. So we have T1 is equal to T3 by beta into 1 divided by Rc power gamma minus 1. So we substitute for T1, T2, T4, T5 in terms of T3. Now why did we do this simplification or the rearrangement is so that we in the intermediate expression for the efficiency we substitute all the temperatures in terms of T3. So we have this intermediate expression as efficiency is equal to 1 minus T5 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2 plus gamma into T4 minus T3. So we substitute all the relevant expressions, then we simplify this expression. We have both in the numerator and the denominator T3. So it is cancelled. So we have rho into rho by Rc power gamma minus 1 minus 1 by beta into 1 divided by Rc power gamma minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by beta plus gamma into rho minus 1. So in the numerator you have 1 divided by Rc power gamma minus 1 common. So we are left with rho power gamma minus 1 by beta and the denominator as it is. So we further simplify this. 1 minus 1 by beta is beta minus 1 by beta. So this beta at the denominator is multiplied throughout. So we and taken to the numerator. So beta minus 1 plus beta into gamma into rho minus 1. Further, efficiency is now expressed in terms of all the three ratios: cutoff ratio, compression ratio and explosion ratio given as 1 minus 1 by Rc power gamma minus 1 into the additional factor. If you see 1 minus 1 by Rc power gamma minus 1 is the expression for the efficiency of the Otto cycle into beta into rho power gamma minus 1 divided by beta minus 1 plus beta into gamma into rho minus 1. You can actually rearrange this and remember in terms of compression ratio, in terms of efficiency for the Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and thus the dual cycle. So this is the expression for the efficiency of the dual cycle. Next, the mean effective pressure. We know mean effective pressure is net work done divided by the displacement volume. We have the net work done for this dual cycle written as Cv into T3 minus T2 plus Cp into T4 minus T3 minus of Cv into T5 minus T1 divided by V1 minus V2. So we rearrange or simplify the denominator first. So V1 minus V2 is rewritten as V1 minus V1 by Rc. So 1 minus 1 by Rc is Rc minus 1 by Rc. So V1 is written as RT1 by P1 because of the ideal gas law equation. This R is expressed as Cv into gamma minus 1. You see the numerator is the same. We have not simplified this yet. We are simplifying only the denominator. So the Rc at the denominator here is taken to the numerator now. And this P1 again to the numerator now. So we rearrange this P1 into Rc into Cv. We take Cv as the common factor both in the numerator and denominator, and at the denominator we have taken out gamma minus 1 into Rc minus 1, so that we are left out with only Cv into T1. Because we have taken Cv, we don't write in the denominator here. So the Cv here is taken as common. Cp by Cv is what we have, and here again Cv taken out as common. So we end up getting P1 into Rc divided by gamma minus 1 into Rc minus 1 divided by T3 minus T2 by T1 plus Cp by Cv as the gamma, expressed as gamma. So T4 minus T3 by T1 minus T5 by T1 divided by T1. So the factor of this Cv at the numerator and denominator is taken off. Further, we simplify this, expressing all temperatures in terms of T1. Now what we do is, for this expression for the mean effective pressure, we express all the other temperatures in terms of T1. So we have T3 is equal to beta into T2, where beta is the explosion ratio, but we know T2 as T1 into Rc power gamma minus 1. We have T3 is equal to beta into T1 into Rc power gamma minus 1. So T4 as rho T3, that is T1 into rho into beta into Rc power gamma minus 1. How did we get this? This T3 is obtained from here. So we end up having T4 as T1 into rho into beta into Rc power gamma minus 1. We have T5 as T4 into rho by Rc power gamma minus 1. We substitute T4 from the above expression. So we simplify T5 as T1 into beta into rho power gamma. Thus we have expressed all the temperatures in terms of T1, and we have substituted here. Although the expression looks long, if you are comfortable with the governing equations of the process, and if you are able to simplify this, this should be easier. So a quick simplification. We have Rc power gamma minus 1 as common, so we have beta minus 1 plus gamma into beta as common here again, so into rho minus 1. So even here we have Rc power gamma minus 1, so we have taken it as common, minus beta into rho power gamma minus 1. So what we do is, now we take out this Rc as common for both the expressions, so there is no factor of Rc power gamma minus 1 here, so we end up getting dividing this by Rc gamma minus 1. So now the common factor is taken out, P1 into Rc power gamma minus 1. the rest of the term being the same. A quick simplification here of Rc into Rc power gamma minus 1 yields the final expression for the mean effective pressure. Although further simplification is possible, we can stop at this point. Now, why this actual efficiency is different from the theoretical efficiency? Because in the theoretical cycle, we consider working substance as only air, whereas in the actual cycle, it is air with or without fuel acting as a working substance. So, in case of an Otto cycle, it is air with fuel as the working substance, and in diesel cycle, it is air and then the fuel getting injected. Further, these effects are not accounted. The effect of specific heat, we've assumed the specific heat to be constant, and we have assumed the process to be adiabatic, so there is no heat loss. So this heat loss usually occurs in the actual cycle and is not accounted for. Then the exhaust, the velocity or the speed at which the exhaust gases come out of the engine cylinder. Then the process of the combustion itself, if there is improper combustion, then there is delay in the timing, then the efficiency either changes, increases or decreases depending on the case. Then there is dissociation of gases. So when there is gas formed, the exhaust gases, the dissociation of gases takes place. They do not mix well with each other. Then there is dilution of charge. If they do not mix well with each other and if there is no proper combustion phenomenon, the charge gets diluted and thus reduces the efficiency. So a quick summary of the formulas that we have used for the diesel dual cycle. So Q in, Q out, then each individual process, governing equations, then the compression ratio, then the efficiency, net work done, and the mean effective pressure along with the PV and the TS diagram. We look at one numerical now. An air standard dual cycle has a compression ratio of 16 and compression begins at 1 bar 50 degrees Celsius. The maximum pressure is 70 bar. The heat is transferred to the air at constant pressure is equal to that at constant volume. Estimate the pressure, volume, temperature at cardinal points, cycle efficiency. So here we have the compression ratio given and it is said that it is a dual cycle. So the compression begins at 1 bar 50 degrees Celsius. So P1 is 1 bar, P1 is 50 degrees Celsius. The maximum pressure is 70 bar. So we need to see what is the PV diagram. If you remember the PV diagram, you know which is the state point given here. Then the heat transferred at constant pressure is equal to constant volume. So we need to find the pressure, volume, temperature at all points. So P1, V1, T1, P2, V2, T2, P3, V3, T3, P4, V4, T4, P5, V5, T5, and the cycle efficiency. So the first step is to write the PV diagram, then the given data. The maximum pressure occurs at P3, so it is 70 bar that is given. P1 is 50 degrees Celsius expressed in terms of Kelvin as 323. And it is also given that the heat added at the constant pressure is equal to that at constant volume. So we take the first step, the process 1 to 2. Governing equation is P2 by T1 is equal to Rc power gamma minus 1. So when we substitute the values, we end up getting T2 as 979.2 Kelvin. We calculate P1 as R T1 by P1. R is a constant here, 0.287 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. If R is kept in kilojoules per kg Kelvin, P1 has to be compulsorily kept in kilonewton per meter square. So 1 bar is 100 kilonewton per meter square. So we end up calculating V1 as 0.927 meter cube per kg. Next, P2 by P1 is equal to Rc power gamma. We end up calculating P2 48.5 bar. Next, Rc is equal to V1 by V2. We end up calculating V2 0.058 meter cube per kg. Then process 2 to 3, T3 by T2 is equal to P3 by P2 or this P3 by P2 is beta explosion ratio. So we get T3 as 1413.3 Kelvin. Next, P3 is equal to 70 bar because which is already given. Then V3 is equal to V2. you see from the PV diagram, so which is 0.058 meter cube per kg. So we also take a moment here to calculate the explosion ratio, that is P3 by P2. So beta is 1.45. So far we have calculated V1, P1, T1 was already given. We ended up calculating V1, T2, T2 and V2, then T3, T3 and V3. So at 4 and at 5 it is 20. Next, it is given that heat added at constant pressure is equal to heat added at constant volume. So Cv into T3 minus T2 is equal to Cp into T4 minus T3. So we have all the values except T4. We end up calculating T4 as 1723.5 Kelvin. Then T4 by T3 is equal to V4 by V3. We end up calculating V4 as 0.0707 meter cube per kg. Then rho, the cutoff ratio V4 by V3, rho is 1.22. And P4 is equal to P3 from the PV diagram. So it is 70 bar. So we have P4, V4, T4. Now it is at state point 5. So for the process 4 to 5, T4 by T5 is equal to RC by rho power gamma minus 1. So T5 is 4825.2 Kelvin. Next, P5. So P4 by P5 is RC by rho power gamma. So we end up calculating P5 as 1.9 bar. Then V5 is equal to V1, so we have not calculated. The next step is to calculate the efficiency. So which is given by this expression, 1 minus 1 divided by RC into gamma minus 1, beta into rho minus 1 divided by beta minus 1 plus beta into gamma into rho minus 1. We have all the values. When we substitute, we end up calculating the efficiency as 0.8273 or 82.73%. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the further updates. Now, when we look at the comparison of the air standard cycles, there are various factors through which we compare the air standard cycles, be it the Otto cycle, be it the diesel cycle, be it the dual cycle. The usual parameters include compression ratio, heat supplied, maximum pressure, heat rejected, and the net work done. If you look at the efficiency versus compression ratio, for various values of compression ratio, the efficiency is plotted here, and it is very clear that the efficiency of the Otto cycle is the highest amongst all the three. So efficiency of Otto cycle is the highest, then followed by efficiency of dual cycle, then followed by efficiency of the diesel cycle. For the same compression ratio and the same heat input, we make a comparison. We have plotted the overlapped PV and TS diagrams for all the three cycles. For Otto cycle, it is 1, 2, 3 double dash, 4 double dash. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3 double dash, 3 double dash to 4 double dash represents Otto cycle. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 represents diesel cycle. Then for the dual cycle, it is 1 to 2 dash, 2 dash to 3 dash, 3 dash to 4 dash. So if you look at the cycle, the diagrams, both PV and the TS diagrams, the heat rejection, which is essentially process 4 to 1, the heat rejection is least here, that is 4 dash to 1, which is the Otto cycle, and the heat rejection is maximum, that is 4 to 1, that is the diesel cycle. So here also the efficiency of Otto cycle is more because the heat rejection is less. Remember, we express the efficiency of Otto cycle in terms of net work done divided by heat supplied. So if the heat supplied in the denominator is less, obviously the Otto cycle efficiency tends to be higher. So Otto cycle efficiency is the highest, then followed by efficiency of dual cycle, then followed by efficiency of the diesel cycle. Next case, we take the constant maximum pressure and the heat rejected. We have the overlapped PV and TS diagrams, we look at the TS diagram. The heat rejected in the diesel cycle, that is 4 to 1, is less than Otto cycle 4 to 1. So here for this case, the diesel cycle has more efficiency when compared to Otto cycle and the dual cycle. So if you are able to somehow maintain the maximum pressure and constant with the heat rejected being minimum, so we can say that only in this case the efficiency of diesel cycle is more. Next, the same maximum pressure and maximum temperature case. So the overlapped PV and TS diagrams written, it is clear from the TS diagram that the heat supplied, that is process 2 to 3 for the diesel cycle, is greater than the dual cycle and Otto cycle. So here also the efficiency of diesel cycle is greater than the dual cycle and then followed by the Otto cycle. So with this, in this video lecture, you have understood how to derive the expression for efficiency of the dual cycle, then the mean effective pressure. You have seen how to solve numerical on dual cycle, and the comparison of all the air standard cycles of the IC engines